You don't need to worry about how God's love can cover your sin. He already has it taken care of. So for you to worry how God's love can cover your sin, it doesn't make you look good. Don't worry about how God is gonna cover your sin. Cause his love is enough for you. His love is enough for you. But we forget that sometimes because sometimes we can get outside of his presence. We can get outside of his presence. And see, in order to remember that God always loves you, we need to always dwell in his presence where he is at. So he can daily teach us these things all day, all the time. We just need to dwell in his presence so he can always be there to remind us that he loves us. But we won't remember these things on our own. It's impossible to remember any of these things on our own. And see, the thing is, the beauty of God covering for you is this. Like, even when you step outside of his presence, his Holy Spirit is still there to remind you of the things you did learn while you was in his presence. And that's grace. That is straight up grace. The Holy Spirit operates off grace. It operates off grace. The Holy Spirit operates when the Father says, okay, tell my child this. See, the Holy Spirit doesn't work without the Father saying, all right, you need to do this. So, if in other words, the Holy Spirit reflects the Father. And if the Father is full of mercy and grace, the Holy Spirit is full of mercy and grace also. So, and because of that, the Holy Spirit has grace enough to tell you that, to remind you that the Father does love you. So that's why you're able to still experience God's love even when you step outside of his presence, because the Holy Spirit is still with you. And not only that, Jesus died on the cross because you wouldn't be able to have the Holy Spirit without Jesus anyway. So in order to get the Holy Spirit, you got to go through Jesus. Ultimately, the Word came in flesh and died on the cross. And honestly, that's the reason why we have grace. That's ultimately the reason why. That's the only reason why we have grace. That's the only reason why.